Let's start with this tweet. GRE is definitely much shorter now, but the mentality is still the same. You practice 2 to 3 exams like a week before GRE, and then you are feeling confident getting decent score. But as the day of GRE exam arrives, the anxiety builds up and you are not able to get the score you want. So that's why this is the only video you need to master this new GRE, which is going to make your life much easier for study abroad. So let's start with what is GRE. GRE is Graduate Record Examination, which can help you in getting as a master's student or even as an MBA student in many US or many universities all over the world. And currently it has 3 sections. Number 1, analytical. Number 2, verbal, and number 3, quant. And by the way, I got this whole guide from Magoosh, linked below. And total length of this GRE exam is currently 2 hours without any breaks. Earlier you used to get breaks. Now, talking about what these sections include, so let's start with the number 1 section, that is quant section, which many Indians think that it's very easy, because it is easy. It is like 10th class math. For example, if you look at this question, for how many integers x is x greater than 2 less than 6, a simple straightforward answer, 3, because it's a very simple answer, and all it needs is decent amount of practice, some formula, some geometry, some analytical skills, some comparisons, so which you can easily ace within a week of practice, because it's at the level of 10th exam. Depending on how much 10th maths you remember, you can ace it. Now, number 2 section, which many people including I struggle the most, was actually verbal reasoning. So which is like challenging, because if you look at this question, so despite his dash appearance, he was known for his dash wit. And you will look at all of these words, you will be like, all look correct. Like literally all of these answers seem like they are the right answers. I struggled many times, and you have to practice these questions almost 100,000 times to know what they actually want. So no matter how much advice you read online on verbal, no matter how many times you see, it is better to read the options, better to read the questions, you will struggle, because at the end of the day, you need to read the mind of the person who has made this question. And once you can figure out what they actually want, with practice, with finding out why these two are the right answers, why despite his disheveled appearance, he was known for his keen wit. When you see these patterns many times, then you figure out there is no other option to just practice verbal as much as possible. Some students practice for 1 month and they are fine. Some students even have to practice for 2 to 3 months for this verbal section. Now, number 3 section, which is luckily shorter as well now, which is none other than analytical writing. So earlier you used to have 2 writing prompts, but now you have just 1 writing prompt. A simple writing question could be: present your perspective on the issue below using the relevant reasons or examples to support your views. So basically you can be given a prompt to support or to go against. You need to give 2 to 3 examples. The more examples you write and more solid those examples are towards the issue, the more better writing you will have. And for this, my biggest advice will be, obviously, do more practice, and to get those answers verified, you can actually use ChatGPT, you can use Claude AI. There are many AI tools which are really good at understanding your English and giving you better answers, because those ChatGPT and these AI tools have gone through number of GRE writing sections, so they can evaluate it very well. So that was high level overview of GRE. Now let's get into details, because many students may think it is very easy, but fail when it is 1 or 2 days before the exam. So for that, the number 1 strategy you need to keep in mind is, in your mind, you have to tell yourself that you have multiple GRE attempts. You can almost take like a GRE exam every 5 weeks. So that's why what you need to do is plan 2 attempts in your head. So when you are actually ready for the attempt, you have to think like, I have a backup option. So you're not that scared about the exam. So that's why when you have 2 options, you will be more prepared for the first attempt as well. Now, talking about your weekly schedule, number 1 thing you need to do is analyze which sections you are weak in. First, do quant, verbal, and writing. So after doing all three, check your scores and see what are your weak points and understand why you're getting one question wrong. Write it down that I did a mistake, I did something wrong because of this reason. Now write it down and analyze it. And this is called error log. So you need to have almost like pages of error logs, the mistakes you did and why you got them wrong. So before your exam, before 3-4 days before the exam, you can see these are the mistakes I was doing and how I fixed it. Number two thing you need to do is have a weekly plan. Every day you have to assign 2 to 3 hours to GRE, and at least 7 days before the exam, every day just do a GRE test paper, mock test for a whole day. And with the timer, you need to have a setting just like the exam. So 2 hours assigned, because the exam is just 2 hours now. So 2 hours assigned for at least 7 days before the exam. Every day you are just doing a mock test. Number 3, learn GRE verbal vocab every day. So for that, our partner Magoosh is there to help, because it has flashcards, so you can read one GRE vocab every single time you open the app, and this way you will actually retain that vocabulary in your mind for a longer period of time. So go check out with the description below. And also for mock test, you can also check out free GRE mock test with Magoosh, link below as well. I can totally relate, dosto. There are thousands of words to memorize, but these tools, Flashcards, Magoosh app, is there to help you so that you are able to retain and space out these words properly. Now let's talk about what hasn't changed in this shorter GRE version. You know, many things have changed. You will get your results faster. Earlier, your result used to come in 10 to 15 days. You can get your result now in 8 to 10 days. But something that has not changed is the time you will have per question. So you still have almost 1.5 minutes, depending on the type of question, to solve each problem. So practice in a timely manner with the help of mock test is still very important. Number 2, sections are still very adaptive. So as you start, the questions might seem easier, but as more sections come, it becomes difficult and more difficult. And the GRE has become shorter so that it reduces your anxiety, and it is more streamlined this way, because you don't have any 10-minute breaks this time. So in just 2 hours of focus time, you are able to ace it. And last, that still hasn't changed in the shorter GRE is no penalty. You can actually guess the answer if you think, yeah, you don't know. There is no penalty for a wrong answer. So make sure you attempt the whole paper. And once again, Magoosh has many tricks that you can also use. For example, you should eliminate and make intelligent guesses. First, eliminate ki this answer is definitely not right. So cut it and then shorten your list of options in multiple choice questions and then make a guess. And if question is seeming very, very difficult, circle it and come back to it later. And once again, you can check out Magoosh mock test, because Magoosh is industry leader. It has trained many students. Millions of students have used their platform on iOS and Android. Other features of Magoosh include that you can take it from anywhere, from your cell phone, Android or iOS. Plus, they offer email assistance whenever you get stuck on a question. And most importantly, they are updated for the shorter GRE with the latest resources, and they charge for their test prep 25% off the competitors. So overall, they give you the package you deserve. And it has helped many students in acing their GRE exam. So do not forget to check out. So last but not the least, now you need to take care of timing. You will have only 1.5 minutes for every verbal question. Almost 1 minute and 45 seconds for every quant question. So you have to time everything correctly. Now next, even though you are allowed a calculator, do not use it. First, think if you can solve it without calculator, because sometimes you can do it in the mind before even using the calculator, because sometimes you're nervous and you might click a wrong button. And number 3, predict the answer in your mind. Just read the question, think what could be the right answer, and then choose the options, because sometimes your mind can tell you an answer immediately and the options, the multiple choice options, may confuse you. In the end, I will say GRE is just a piece of paper with some marks. For example, I have seen friends with just 290 marks getting into Georgia State University, with 290 marks getting into Arizona State University, with 303 score getting into Georgia Tech. So score is just one piece of your application, so don't be too nervous about it. You have rest 75% of your application with you. And in the end, all it takes to get the best score is practice and removing the factors that brings stress. For example, planning 2 attempts, like your backup option. So one, I failed it, I have a second option already paid for it. So this removes the stress. So calm down and take your GRE exam with a sense of excitement and happiness and chill karo yaar. So that's all. Thank you so much for watching, and do not forget to check out the Magoosh guide linked below.